This is From the Bleachers.
Get the duck boats ready!
Your home for all things sports.
Krogan boats go!
With Dan Ball, Connor Byrne, Matt McAuliffe, and Nick Bodwin.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it!
On 98.1.
It's out of here! Bartolo has done it!
WQAQ.
Well, no, I'm not saying it has
Your
to be
assignment is to throw consistently 60 miles an hour for both teams. You could easily pay a guy at every park to do that, and you're crazy. If you think people go overseas to play hockey for no money, people will definitely take like $40K to be the designated home run derby guy.
New York Mets fans.
He would work 18 games a year, maybe. Like that's
dude. You could get a kid for the whole summer.
New York Mets.
What do you think Bat Boys do?
Murder Pete Alonso's cousin because he cannot throw a ball down the middle. You're gonna start messing with that now?
No, I'm saying like a qualified person. I'm not saying.
But now Pete Alonso's cousin gets his own 30 for 30. I watched it 3 days ago. I think that, and you can also just name somebody on your. Talk to the players that are going to be in your home run derby. Name whoever on your staff they trust the most and throw them out there.
Just put a guy on second.
Well, here
okay.
I'm Matt. I'm on your side for this.
I know you are.
But I have to be the host and be partial. Connor, I think it sounds gimmicky, but so did the shootout when hockey did it, and they did it. If that makes sense.
Like you gotta go for it. You gotta just
baseball needs something,
dude, and go for it.
I don't know if it's the solution, but
they need something. Even if that's a couple extra people in on their couches or in the seats, like I would watch.
I want to transition this into Connor's rule changes for hockey too.
Does anybody have anything else they want to throw in on this before we do that? Because this is going to be interesting. Connor?
Just put a guy on base. That's it.
I don't even know where these rule changes are going to go.
I only have like 3 really, and one's more of like a suggestion for teams than a change.
Connor, okay. I can't wait. I've been telling these guys that hockey needs to change since freshman year. We need something.
Okay, so this came up in a text conversation. I don't even know. Every day feels like a year. So 20 years ago when we had this conversation. So Connor was sharing with me his, based on watching hockey, that he thinks that the NHL should implement.
Let's do it.
Some of them range from okay, I can understand it to but Connor, I'm going to cede the floor to you. I want you to run with this.
All right. My first one, which I think is the best one that Dan also agreed made the most sense, is that
comparatively
penalties should extend the period. So if there's 19 seconds left on a penalty, but there's 0 seconds left in the period period then goes 19 extra seconds. Why am I going to lose momentum, go back into the locker room, come back out, start at center ice, and blow that 19 seconds just playing back and forth with each other?
You baseball loving SOB. I like that.
Nick Bodwin.
Why am I
not soccer? Like, come on.
But it's not like it's an extra 20 minutes. It's like maybe 30 seconds. Why am I going to lose momentum? You screwed up, but I'm going to lose momentum, and you now have the opportunity to get the puck back at center ice.
Bro, if I'm winding up on a power play for a clapper to go towards the net and the buzzer sounds, I'm going to be pissed. Give me my extra power play time.
And now
I don't hate that. I think that makes – what if there's a lot more time? Like, what if you're you can't do it just because there's 19 seconds. What if you tick 5 seconds into the power play?
You screwed up, man. That's your fault.
Okay. Also, things can happen where there could be a delayed penalty. So you could have – essentially a team could have possession of the puck for 2 or more minutes, and that penalty technically wouldn't be declared until the end of the period because the ref has his hand in the air for a delayed call. So you're not going to extend it that extra time when it's essentially you've had a 6-on-5 instead of a 5-on-4 that would have happened.
I don't know what you want from me. Don't break the rules. This is what you're going to have to deal with.
Okay, fair.
Sophia,
I don't
before we go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
No, I don't hate it. I just think that, like, from a coaching standpoint too, if say your first unit guys were out there for 1 minute and 5 seconds or 1 minute and 10, and you had your second unit guys out there for quick math, like 35-ish. Like maybe you want that extra time to regroup. You can draw a play up off the face-off to get the puck into the zone on a clean entry with your first unit guys who are now fresh without burning a timeout. That could still lead to a scoring chance. 19 seconds in hockey is a decent amount of time. That's half a shift.
All right, 10 seconds. So you're going to dick around at center ice for 10 seconds. I'm not sure if I was allowed to say that. I did.
10 seconds, like I just don't think it'd be worth it really in the rule for it to be implemented that much.
All right, would you be more open to penalties?
A time frame?
Penalties wipe at the end of the period.
No, I think it should carry over.
Okay. Well,
Because like, what's the point? Like, you know how many? That would make the game so much more violent within that last 2 minutes. Like, people would just be trying to get away with stuff.
If the buzzer sounds on a delayed call, fine. Then it'll go for the next period. But if you commit that and there's still time on the clock, I'm with Connor. Let it run, man. Don't ruin that momentum.
You're ruining the momentum. What if you're pounding the goalie with shots? He's saving them, but he's getting tired now. Now you're screwed because
You're right. You're right.
Okay. I think there's a valid case for the momentum thing. What was I just about to say for go to the next one. I'll try to think of what I was about to say something with a stoppage.
Wait, hold on, Connor. Sophia, thoughts before we go?
That's really interesting, Connor. That's a really interesting concept. And are you saying it has to happen? Would you think it had to happen? Is it any time in the game that there's a penalty, it gets extended? Or
no, under 2 minutes. No, if the time carries into the next
under 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like I don't know.
Like
it's
the
so hard.
Periods are timed for a reason. You know?
I'd even be willing to make it the last minute. If it happens within the last minute, you're screwed.
Bro, your team shouldn't be committing penalties in the last minute anyway. You should be double punished for committing a penalty in the last minute.
It's a fair point.
All right, Connor, go to the next one.
You now have to deal with the consequences of breaking those rules.
Connor, per usual, I am all in. I can't wait for the second one.
There would be a handhold going on right now.
Yes.
This is more of a suggestion that I don't really get why hockey teams don't do this.
Okay.
And I kind of asked Dan, and he kind of helped my argument, I think. Why don't goalies get pulled more? Dan said defenses will barely ever get the puck. Why not make it a 6-on-4 instead of why are goalies only pulled if you're behind?
Ooh. On the power play you're talking about, right?
That's risky though.
But if
on the power play?
On 4, you can have one person sitting back and just be the protector and still be up.
Oh. Huh.
You mean out of the zone? Because my argument was going to be like, like when it's 6-on-5, when there's a delayed penalty and you pull your goalie, like the ice is clogged. Like there's not a lot of movement to move the puck, even when you're set up in the offensive zone. That's a lot of guys in one end at one time. Like there isn't a ton of space to move, but I think like I don't really know how much the probability is gonna, like I'd have to look at the analytics, like how much is the probability that you're going to score a goal being like having one extra guy. You know, it comes down to like the spacing thing and moving the puck. Like systems are designed to be, 5 when there's a penalty and the other team only has 4. Like you have the umbrella, you have the overload. If you add another guy to that power play system, like everyone has a spot, they know where they're going to be from practicing it. Where is that extra guy going to go? Just get to the net front?
You keep them between, what is it? Is it the blue lines in center ice, or is that the red?
Well, between the blue lines is the red line.
Okay. So the sixth person has to stay in between the blue lines. So he's kind of that roaming defenseman. He stops a breakaway, but then you also have 5 people in the offensive zone.
See, I was 100% in on the last one. I am about 30% in on this one.
This was just more of a curiosity thing for me when I proposed it to Dan.
Yeah, I think to your point, if you're the defensive team who's killing the penalty, you're man down, you're allowed to ice the puck. So they would know if they were going up against 6 guys, only having 4, that the time and space in the NHL for one is so limited. If they have 2 extra guys, there's no way you're getting the puck north. 1 quickly, 2, let alone being an odd man rush. So them getting a breakaway is pretty much like a 1% chance if the other team has 6 guys. So really, the amount of shorthanded goals in the NHL, really at any level, is pretty limited, and it would be extremely limited if there was another guy. Plus, since that team can clear the puck, they could essentially just send it down over the guy and still get it in the empty net. When if there was a goalie there, he can come out to wherever he wants and play the puck.
I guess.
And stop it from going in if it were getting close.
So, Matt, you're not as much in on this one.
I don't know. It's just it's risky. Like Nick said,
Yeah.
like when you clear, if some guy clears the puck and it's headed towards the net and it goes in, like
you look like an idiot.
Yeah, that momentum you had of
coach.
being on. Yeah, that momentum you had at being on the man advantage goes away, and now you dug the hole even deeper because now you had an advantage.
Now you're fighting back
and
for
now
that
you're down
goal.
1. Yeah.
Okay. That one was more of just a curiosity thing than like a rule change, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And you're starting to see coaches, before you move on, Conor, you're starting to see coaches. It was more, Patrick Waugh did it a bunch when he was coaching the Avalanche. You'll see teams down 2-3 goals in the third period, and coaches will pull the goalie with 8-9 minutes left in the third. So it's starting to make its way a little bit later than you'd see it traditionally with 1-2 minutes left. But
yeah, if you're down in a game, if it's a 5-on-5 situation and you're down in a game, maybe, I guess, but I would rather just say stick to the system, try to battle it out 5-on-5 for as long as possible. If you can get it to a 1-goal game, great, but I'd rather fight and try to get something full strength 5-on-5 from 2-1 than pull the goalie down 2.
right.
Okay.
Was there one more?
There was the point value thing.
Okay.
You remember this one?
Oh my God. Yeah. This was my least favorite.
This was Dan's least favorite by far. I don't think second assist should get a full point. If Adam Fox gives it back to Artemi Panarin all the way back there, and then he brings it all the way up, passes it over to Mika, and Mika scores, why does Adam Fox get a full point for that?
I love that you guys are on first name basis now.
No, I agree.
Make it either half a point or create another stat. It helps determine what your value.
Yeah, give me another column. Give me an assist secondary. Give me another column on the stat sheet. I'm in on that.
A goal would be 2, an assist would be 2, and then a secondary assist would be 1.
I'm not. Whoa! They can both be 1. Just give me a separate column so that I know. Oh, if he has 15 secondary assists and 2 main assists, this dude's getting.
Yeah, because if you think about it, I won't. I won't say names, but I'll use the.
We know the name. We know the name.
Yeah, I'll use
someone who plays on a stacked team. Yeah.
I'll use the Ryan Whitney example. Whit would always talk about on Spit and Chicklets, how he would just get secondary assist god, just slide the puck D to D. They send it down to Crosby for a 1-timer. Crosby has a sick goal. All Whit did was stand up still and slide the puck to his partner.
Exactly. So why should he be valued the same as someone like Crosby who's actually scoring
See,
think-
but
well, I think-
that play
I think-
doesn't start, Connor, if that first player doesn't pass the puck.
Yeah, and what if the
That's
guy
your
who was
argument.
what if the guy whose main assist really wasn't that great? What if he just tapped the puck up to Crosby, who went end to end? Like, you could argue that main assist, who was the primary and the only assist, essentially could be valued the same as a secondary assist on a bigger play.
My argument to Dan was Michael Conforto, who's standing on second base, doesn't get all 4 RBIs because Pete Alonso hit a grand slam.
I can
slam doesn't happen if
support
Michael doesn't get
your-
on base.
I can support your thought process. I just don't know how it doesn't really translate. Like, let me put it to you for an example this way. I dump the puck into the zone. The goalie stops the puck. Like, I gain the red line on the offensive team. I dump the puck in. Goalie stops the puck behind the net. You're the defenseman. Matt's the forward. You come and swoop down, pick up the puck, give it to Matt in your own end. Matt then skates all the way down the ice, splits everyone on my team, and scores a goal. All you did was come around the net and tap the puck to Matt, and then you got the main assist, right? Well, what if you're in the offensive zone on the power play, you're at the point, as a defenseman, you slide the puck over to your partner, who then slides it to someone else, like right in front of the net, and they score a goal. Essentially, you just tap the puck over to someone else and let them do all the work. In both scenarios, you did the same exact thing. One time you're the primary assist, the other time you're a secondary assist.
That's
So
what I'm saying, though. There should be a different value for the assists.
But the play was exactly the same. And they touched the puck in the same effort, in the same consistency. It's just the play was different. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not saying he shouldn't get anything. I'm not saying secondary assist point should go away. I'm simply saying it should either be a lesser point value to determine, oh, this was his contribution to that play, or another stat category with, oh, this was his contribution to that play.
But what Nick is arguing is that the difficulty of a primary and secondary assist aren't the same on every single goal. So you could make an incredible play on a secondary assist, but get screwed because of that, even though the guy who gets the primary assist barely did anything, if that makes sense.
Just the way it works. You didn't pass it to the guy that scored.
As somebody who was a playmaker playing hockey, I did not like that one, but
Yeah,
I understand the thought process behind it.
I do too, and I think that there has been conversation of that, and like people definitely notice that. Like, that's becoming an advanced stat. Like, oh, this guy has 55 assists this year. Like, okay, well now as like a scout or as in management, or if I'm looking to make a trade or sign a player or just in an evaluation process, I'm going to look at how many of those are secondary and how many of those are primary. I'm going to look at film and see how this guy's really moving the puck. I think there's some thought behind it, but I think, like we said, like there'd have to be a major breakdown process in the analytic department where, like I just described, a secondary and a primary assist could essentially be the same exact level of skill, but be decided in one form or the other. So that's why I don't think they will break up the assist thing. But I do agree where you're coming from.
And Matt, I didn't hate your idea either, having it listed, on the team website, on the stat bar on the bottom, instead of 30 goals, 20 assists, 50 points, 30-11-9-50.
That's fine, because if we're all we do this radio show, we analyze sports. That would be great for those who analyze the game. If there's another column that I can look at and go, okay, if his secondary assists are greater than his primary assists, what's happening there? And then I ask other people and ask other sources, why is this happening so much?
Here's my thing though, right? Like, say, like for me, like from an evaluation standpoint, say the puck's say the puck's cleared in deep because it's cleared into my defensive zone as a defenseman, but it wasn't cleared in hard. The team who just dumped the puck in is going off for a bad change. As a defenseman, I stop on the puck hard and make a good play to advance the puck north that leads to an odd man rush. Say it's a 2-on-1. I pass it up the wing to the left wing guy, who then makes a move for a backdoor tap in for the right wing guy. That play wouldn't have happened if the secondary assist guy didn't make the heads up play to sprint back to the puck and get it up north. So as a scout, I'm evaluating that awareness and that guy's ability to move the puck up the ice quickly versus the guy who even scored the goal who did no work but just sprint to the backdoor post.
But that's why I'm saying, I don't say take it away. I'm just saying make
No, I know. I just think it'd be so hard to, like, evaluate that. Like, so many people have talked about the secondary assist, and I feel like even if you add the column, like, you can look at the numbers on a sheet all day, but, like, that example that I just explained, if you're not there evaluating that, like,
Yeah.
I'm not even taking the number down for the kid who scored the goal. I'm looking for the kid who made the pass back up ice, or the kid who might have made a nice feed around a defender who's diving or pulled up or went between his stick or something. You know what I mean?
All right.
Makes sense.
I definitely had more. I'll text Annika later and see if I can dig up more.
Yeah, we can have this segment recur. So we've been going for. Go ahead, Connor.
The penalties thing was my big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I'd like to hear what other
I'm in on it.
people in the industry have to say about it.
Yeah, those were good, Connor. I like.
Well done.
For a kid who doesn't really who hasn't followed hockey for a long time, I can appreciate those a lot.
That's
See, you're
sitting there
growing.
watching a game, being like, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's always good to ask questions.
All right. We've been going for an hour. So let's do See a Buddy, someone or something from the last week in the world of the five of us. Trying our best to exclude coronavirus as a whole, but we can do things that have been influenced by it because that is 99% of everybody's existence in the world now. So I'm not really sitting next to anybody right now, so I will open the floor to anybody that has one.
It's so hard. Can we do like almost like Rosebud and Thorn, like a high and a low?
Yeah.
Just because like
there
all kind of
doesn't
sitting
need to be a
there.
structure. Yes, go ahead.
That was just more of like a general statement. I don't necessarily.
Oh, you don't have any of them.
I do have one. This
Okay.
one's gonna get kind of deep. See a buddy to my inner hater. You know, my negative thoughts. I did it. I did 1,000 push-ups in 1 week. Shout out Nick, supported it from the start.
Hell yeah.
Shout out the rest of the people that I did it with. 1,000 push-ups 1 week. It was
What was
interesting.
By day?
I did 150 a day, and then the last day was 100, and you know it's 80% mental. So glad I did it.
It's not a bad one.
I finally got to see a cut of the movie. That would be my high.
Oh.
Looking good. It's looking real good. We're close to picture lock.
Okay.
I know what picture lock means.
It means we're gonna send it out to a color corrector soon. Hopefully by the end of the week. Composer after that, and then we're pretty much done.
Wow.
Oh.
Nice, man. That's sick.
Early takeaways. What was your analysis of it after seeing all of it?
It was in a lot better shape than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Okay.
That's fair.
There was no overall structural issues. There was no scene that I was like, oh, God. It was more of just like little things like, you can see in a scene like someone doesn't actually have something on his arm that's supposed to be there, or so
just like continuity type things.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh,
I can't wait.
That's all you have.
What if we watch it? What if we watch it more like, oh my God? Like, what if we're like, Conor, you gotta like submit this to festivals. Like, what if I fall in love with this movie?
I hope it goes in that direction.
I mean, I have a list of 21 festivals right now that we're like instantly submitting to. So.
You're already ahead. You're already ahead.
Sundance. I can see it now. The popcorn's
I can
still
see-
being
yeah.
made, and it's over.
I could,
What's it, like 18 minutes, right?
17 minutes, 58 seconds.
Wow.
around 18
And
minutes,
that's a
yeah.
minute of credit, so like 16, just about 17.
I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Did you end up using people that you know for extras?
Yeah.
Oh, it's disappointing.
Dan's like, you darn it.
The only people that I knew that were extras, Annika, Megan Martin,
Yep.
my dad, and my cousin.
Your
Okay.
dad's in it? Yeah.
My dad's in the background as an extra, yeah.
That's incredible. That's okay. Honestly, knowing that makes it all better.
That's it.
Do you have anything that actually fits a Sia buddy, or did you just want to use that as like a good thing? Because we've had more people this year say I don't really have one than in the past.
I feel like we're real happy this year.
I mean, I wouldn't say real happy, but happier.
I mean, thank God it took you guys. I mean, if you go back to freshman year, Sia buddies, I felt like I was like, I wanted you guys to be like, oh, you guys are good, right? And you guys be like, nah, I got 3, I got 2, I got 4.
I came in with my pre-prepared list.
It's just so hard when you don't leave the house.
Well, what
Yeah.
if instead of doing like see you, buddy, we just talk about something good that happened?
Well, that's what I kind of just
Nothing's
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like, here's the
I guess
bar. It just
Once
has
in
to
a
move.
while,
It's like
something
dinner,
good can come along.
bed, dinner,
It's the little things.
bed.
All right,
Little things.
everybody to sleep actually, because I've been going to bed at 2:30 in the morning and then waking up so
2:30.
days I have class, I'm up at 9:30 a.m. But then days I don't, I'm just messed up and my body doesn't know what's happening. But that's
Yeah, that was actually going to be mine too. Is my sleep schedule and just desire to fall asleep has been all over the place. But since you did that, I will give it to the first 16 holes of golf that I played over the weekend were easily the worst that I've played since starting playing again in college. But then par 17 and 18 to make myself feel a little better. And that's why you drink on the golf course. Anyone else?
I don't
See a
even
buddy
know.
do a bunch of golf balls this weekend. There was a hole that was just an island green and then water surrounding it, and all of us hit it in the water. It took me 4 tries just to get it on the green. It was bad.
That was so sad. It felt good. Mine felt good off the club too, and then it just got ate up by the
Yeah.
wind and my just lack of skill. But yeah, that's where we ended up. Yeah, Nick. If there's nothing, there's nothing, man. If you're just riding in the middle, that's better
Listen,
than having one.
I think I've done an exorbitant amount of work. I have finals left in all my classes, and that's it.
Wow.
I have a weekly discussion board for my philosophy of art class. I have a presentation this week and next week, which I've finished my portions on. And yeah, I have done everything else.
at the same time that pass fail is looming heavy over a bunch of classes.
Oh, don't say that, Connor.
Why?
I mean, you gotta.
I'm fine in all of my classes, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I have 2 4-page papers over the next 2 weeks for history, and I just do not have any motivation or care for them, so I'm just like,
Okay, but just about it longer than you think you should, because if you do a path, it may look and like a C plus. You know what I mean? Like it's just from a, I don't know, from like a transcript to if you really care about GPA numbers, go and forget it.
I'm not saying it's a decision. It's going to be a decision like last week of the semester.
Yeah, you have until the 9th. I think you have until the 9th of May to decide
18th.
your final grade. It is the 18th.
It's like the 18th,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, once you
So
get
it's
your
like
final
after
grade, then you can be
finals.
like, nah, I need that now.
Yeah. I also don't want it to throw off. I would only use it for one class. Like, see ya. I also don't want it to be like they come back or someone's like, oh yeah, like you're like graduating wise and like your diploma. Like I don't want it to get in the way of something just by the grace of God.
Right.
That
with the way
baseball
this year has
staff
gone,
is
yeah.
Also in danger of it, Dan.
What is?
Baseball staffs.
Yikes,
not a big
really?
fan.
Not doing well.
No, I'm doing fine. Like I have a low A.
Oh,
Oh,
But
Oh, then
Okay.
you're chilling.
what are you thinking about?
What are you worried about?
I just ever since we're doing these Zooms and like my phone is right here and my PlayStation's right there.
Yeah, PlayStation
It's
must be
getting
nice.
a lot harder.
yeah. See, it's tough. Like, it's tough that you're doing your schoolwork and then literally the rest of your life in the same area.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Well,
honestly, I think
I'll
that's the
be
reason
fine.
behind a lot of the sleep issues that I've been having is that, like, work life is here and then a foot over there is where I try to sleep.
That's why I try and do like the kitchen table as my work, and then like in here is like sleep. I don't know.
Yeah, but then I get to watch you do improv to a screen for 2
Dude,
hours.
I have
Yeah, I will do that improv class in my room.
No,
I don't want people.
I'm messing
I don't
with
want
you 'cause
people
it's-
looking at me.
Yeah,
No, I don't want people
But
looking at
it's
me
so
doing it.
funny. I took
so
such
weird.
a funny. I took such a funny video of you just getting up and doing like some stupid exercise.
Dude, he makes us
that's where like
Dude, he
what is
makes
that
us do
guy
the
thinking?
warm ups. He makes us do the
Dude.
warm ups on Zoom. So this is what I do on Zoom. This is what I do.
It's like, dude, really? Like, why can't you just be like, all right, you have a B plus, like, you don't need to do anything. Like, take your B plus and leave.
Yeah. Sophia, any see buddies before we go?
Kind of along the same line, distractions.
Mm.
Particularly video game distractions.
Ooh,
I
You're a
re-downloaded.
gamer?
You're a gamer?
Cullen has a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 4.
Oh.
Are you in where are you? Are you home?
I'm in
home?
Connecticut.
Oh.
Yeah, and Cullen is here too. So we're just
Oh.
going back and forth. I re-downloaded Sims. So I've been playing that, and then he has the PS2 and the PS4,
Yep.
and we've been playing like Crash Bandicoot and like stuff like that. Like all
Dude,
like
I miss just feeling the controller.
yeah, we've been playing like and PlayStation has been having these giant sales.
Yes.
Oh my
So-
god!
Don't
my God.
don't tell me.
Oh my god! WWE. The newest WWE game is like $24. FIFA was $24 too.
Yeah.
FIFA 20
Wow.
was like $24.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to invest in some games.
They're
I
doing
kind of
like
looked at
bundles.
it the other day.
It was like a spring sale. I was like, spring sale? For what?
Dude, stop telling me these things.
I literally said on the phone to Nick today, I will drive to Providence.
Dude,
It
I
brings-
know.
Do it this
But, like,
weekend. Do it over Easter weekend.
I know,
I
man.
know, but trying to come there anyways, like for time. So it's already been a month of withdrawal, and it's like I don't even know what franchise I'm on anymore. I think I was with the Coyotes in like 2030 or 2037 or something. I don't know.
I'm on
Tried
the-
downloading Fortnite last night on my PC. Took 9 hours to download. Wouldn't even load when I opened it.
I think I'm in the Red Sox in 2031 right now.
Love
Oh my
that.
God.
Sure, sure.
All right, well, that's it for us for the week. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Follow us on Twitter at Bleachers Radio. Subscribe to us on iTunes and Spotify at From the Bleachers. You can now subscribe to us on YouTube as well. We're posting these weekly episodes, and you're not going to want to miss any of those. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Peace.